If you're here, chances are you might be feeling frustrated because your home didn't sell the first time. I know that can be tough, but the good news is you are not alone. And this is completely fixable. I am going to cover why homes fail to sell, the steps you can take to address those issues, and advanced strategies to attract serious buyers. I'm going to cover everything from pricing to marketing, staging, and leveraging technology. I'm going to cover everything you need to know to relist and sell your home successfully this time. Drop a comment below and let me know how long your home sat on the market and didn't sell, and what feedback, if any, the buyers gave you. Do they mention anything about price, condition, insurance, or something else? Sharing your experiences here might help somebody else going through the same thing. And if you're serious about getting your home sold and you want to know the value in today's market, click on the link below in the description for an instant valuation. Now, let's get started. Now, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, why your home didn't sell, because identifying the issue is the first step to solving it. The biggest issue we see above all is the pricing issue. Overpricing a home is the most common reason a home doesn't sell. Buyers today have access to so many tools like Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, giving them detailed insights to market value. So for example, if a similar home in your area sold for $400,000 and you listed your home at $450,000, buyers likely just skipped over your listing without ever scheduling a showing. Now here's a pricing tip for you. Buyers shop in pricing brackets. If you've listed your home at, let's say, 405, buyers are going to shop from a 300, 350 number all the way up to 400,000. Everybody that's looking at 400,000 and above, they're going to miss your home. Now, if in the event your home is priced right, the second most common mistake that we see is poor marketing. Homes need to shine online because 97% of buyers start their search online. If your photos are blurry, unappealing, or they're vertical instead of horizontal landscape, buyers are often just going to skip over these. Also, if your description is very short and lacking, buyers are going to just move on. I want you to consider this. Listings with professional photos sell 32% faster and command higher offers compared to those with just amateur photography. Now, I understand you may have a professional camera, or the person who's taking the photo says, well, I've got a professional camera, and they may be a professional at like still photography or animals. But photography of a house is completely different. And while I also have a professional camera, it does not make me a professional photographer of homes. So you want to hire the best of the best that you can, in your price range, of course, that you can get for the photography of your home, because it's the first thing that every buyer sees. And if they don't like the photos, they're not going to take any time to make an appointment and hope that it is better in person than it was online. Other gaps are the marketing gaps. This is when we see minimal social media presence. And in this day and age, everything is on social media. And also the lack of a video tour or a property walkthrough is something you don't want to miss. Before people take the time to get off of work and come see your house, they want to see the tour where they're walking through the property and they're getting a sense of the layout and the size and scale of the house. When they see that is a great place and I love and I want to know more about this little turn that I didn't really get to see, then they're going to want to schedule a tour. Next up is going to be the condition of your home. Today, buyers want homes that are move-in ready. So homes that are in need of obvious repair, like a leaky roof or an outdated kitchen, or they appear cluttered, well, buyers likely saw it as a project that they did not want to take on. And next up would be market conditions. Timing is everything. If you listed during the market slowdown or in the off season, well, then fewer buyers are looking. So for example, homes sell a lot faster in the spring than they do in the fall. Now, this has a lot to do with people who are planning to move at the end of the school year. It could be that they're moving their families, or they're having a job or career change. And they're saying, all right, put my house on the market in the spring. We'll buy in, let's say, May, June, we'll close, we'll make a school transfer, and then we'll get to spend the rest of the summer going on vacation. And then in August, we'll be all ready when the school starts again. And then they're going to be so busy in August, September, and October, school, football games, just getting life in order, fall, that they're really not going to be shopping then. There'll be a little bump in activity in November and December, but then it will start picking back up in January. Now that we've identified the problems, let's focus on the solutions and make your relisting your home a success. Number one, we're going to want to reevaluate your pricing strategy. Work with an agent that knows your market. They should be able to run a valuation of your home compared to other homes either in that same subdivision, or if you're not in a subdivision, in the community of homes that have sold in the last 6 months, no more than a year. A competitive price is not only going to attract buyers, it can create a bidding war. Now, we recently took over a listing of a home. It was priced at $325,000. It had not sold for 6 months. Of course, the seller was frustrated. I would be too if it were my house. After evaluating the market, we relisted the home at $310,000. Of course, it's not what any seller wants to hear, but they also don't want to hear that their home isn't selling either. We were then able to get it sold in 2 weeks with a multiple offer situation and closed at $315,000. Now, a pro tip I have for you is when you understand what the market number is, price just a hair underneath the market number. Not a lot, just a hair, because remember I told you buyers have tools and insights to the market data. When they see a house in an area that's priced just underneath the market, they are going to know, and it's going to incentivize them to quickly get out to that property and see why it's priced there. And if they feel like this is a really, really good deal, they're going to put an offer in and they're not going to want to lose out on that house. Next up, it's time to enhance your marketing efforts. For us, professional photography and virtual tours, they are an absolute must. Now, all MLSs are syndicated to hundreds of sites, but that doesn't mean that it's enough marketing. There should be money put behind running targeted ads on Facebook and Instagram. This will allow you to reach buyers looking in your area. Now, I'm not talking about just taking a photo, putting it online, saying just listed, and then expecting 12 showings to come your way. When I'm talking about social media, it needs to have a story behind it. It needs to stand out differently from all the other ones. And when it's got that engaging story behind it, then you're going to receive a lot of views, most likely a lot of shares, and several showing requests. We're looking here to get the most exposure of your property to as many eyeballs out there as humanly possible. Now, next up, we're going to talk about curb appeal and home staging. Listen, for somebody who has worked in the business as long as I have, first impressions matter. When we drive up to a property, there are many times I have buyers who will refuse to get out of the car. They just want to drive away because the exterior of the house is unappealing. There is no way to convince them that the inside is going to look amazing and that the outside is something that we can fix. So curb appeal 100% matters. Here we're going to want you to pressure wash your driveway and sidewalks. It's inexpensive and a lot less painful than having to paint the entire exterior if you don't have to. Also, something as simple as mowing, edging, and weed eating the yard can really make it pop. If your shrubbery is overgrowing, I would suggest trimming it back. And for the front door, I would paint it a nice pop of color and put in a brand new welcome mat at the front. Now, when I tell everybody about interior staging or home staging, a lot of people start panicking and they're thinking, I don't have that kind of money, or where's my furniture going to go? That's okay. Take a breath. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when I say interior staging or home staging, I mean, first and foremost, the simplest things is declutter. You're planning on moving anyway. Take everything that you don't absolutely need to use and go ahead and pack it up. It is okay to put boxes in the closet. It's even okay to stack one room to the ceiling with boxes. And if you're okay with it, you can put them in the garage. No one's going to be turned off by seeing boxes in the garage or the closet. What they're going to think is, this seller is serious. They are packed up and ready to go. I'm working with somebody who really wants to make a deal and get this done. So decluttering is the most important thing you can do. After that, the second would be paint. I know that can be pricey. You may be the world's best painter. Unless you are the professional painter, I would hire a professional painter, because when a homeowner does a homeowner job, it often shows and it's not going to help. So the next step would be to paint the house, as far as the interior goes, a neutral color, and also all the trim and the doors. It smells like a fresh house. It feels very, very clean, and buyers love it. They don't like walking into a house and thinking, on top of closing day with a moving van outside the yard, I now have to paint this entire house, and they don't want to deal with it. So remember when I said that buyers want move-in ready? They want a house that they don't have to paint. The next thing that you want to do for staging is you want to move the big pieces of furniture out, because it will open up the room and it will make it feel more spacious. So if you have a large sectional sofa with a lot of sections, and you could possibly move a piece out of that and just make it a little bit smaller, I would do that. If you can't do that, but you have some large pieces in the room, I would see what pieces you could take out of the room so that the room feels bigger and more open, and the traffic patterns in there can flow. Because even though I know they're not taking that furniture with them, a lot of people will see all that furniture in the room and it will feel small, and then they will think, I thought this space was going to be bigger, and then they're going to move on. Now that we've got all of that done, the next piece is we want to time your listing. Now, I understand if you're in a position where you have to sell right then, because maybe you've got a job transfer, you just absolutely have to move and it needs to be now. But if it is not one of those situations where you absolutely have to move now, there will also be more buyers coming on the market. And buyers get into a little bit of a frenzy when the best home that they want to buy suddenly has a lot of showings and eyeballs on it, and then that property can go into a bidding war, and that property I would want to be your property. So spring is an ideal time to sell if you can wait that long. If you cannot wait that long, then any time is going to be a good time to sell, as long as you do all the other things and you price right. So we have covered the basics. Now we're going to go next level into the advanced strategies to be successful with your relisting. First up, and the one I love most, is you want to leverage social media. Whatever social platforms you're on or not on, well, if you're not on them, get on them. It is okay to promote that listing and put it up there over and over again. Share it with everybody. Ask everybody to share it, because as many eyeballs and exposure we could get on that property, someone is going to see it and go, that is the perfect home for me. So we actually go a little bit further. We also do targeted ads. So we're going to look at anywhere between a 15 and 25 mile radius around your house, and we're going to put money behind advertising to target people in that geographical area that are probably going to want to move, because as many eyeballs as we can get is what we're going for. Now for this next one. I understand that you may think that open houses sell homes, but I will tell you, open houses don't sell your home. But why are open houses done? Let me be honest with you. Open houses are a great way for a new agent to get leads, because when an open house is done, if we put a lot of signs at the main street and we attract a buyer who is driving by, this buyer knows nothing about your house. They just see an open house sign and they go, oh, I'm going to go over there. Once they get to the house, they're always going to say it's not the right house. Too many rooms, too few rooms. Oh, it has stairs. Oh, it doesn't have stairs. Oh, it has a pool. It doesn't have a pool. It's at the back of the community. I want it to be at the front. It's like never going to work. The likelihood of an open house selling that home is less than 2%. I wish it were different, because I would be doing open houses all day long because it would actually work, but it doesn't. But it is a great way to get buyer leads. Now, here's what I do differently with open houses, because we do them. I just don't expect the buyer to walk in the door and buy the open house. But here's what we do, is we leverage it with social media. So when the open house is being done and there's usually nobody coming by, it is about putting it out on the internet that, hey, guess what we're doing? And while we're here, check this out. And then we're showing a feature like, oh, maybe there's a gas grill, or there's a pool, or look at this walk-in closet. Check out these amazing floors. So it allows us through social media to let people know what we're doing, where we're at, and showing them this amazing home. Now that kind of open house will actually sell your home. Now, selling a home that didn't sell before requires working with the right team. First and foremost, you want to work with a proactive agent. Now, I understand that your mother's brothers, uncles, aunts, cousins, neighbors, all of those people are going to want to help you, and they may all have real estate licenses, but that doesn't mean that they are the right team for you. So you are going to want to interview and ask a lot of questions of the agents that come by to make sure that they are the right team and right fit for you to get your home sold. When you're looking for this agent, you want to look for an agent that has experience relisting homes that haven't sold and getting them to successfully close. Because a lot of times agents and buyers will say, why didn't it sell the first time? What is wrong with it? And an agent who has good experience and a good closing ratio will be able to tackle that question. Your agent should also have a very robust marketing plan. Of course, it should also include social media. And they should be giving you weekly updates on what is happening in the market, where your home is at, and how you are faring with that competition. Now, I'm not a fan of an agent that does what I call buying the listing. What I mean by that is they're going to tell you whatever it is you want to hear so that they will get the listing from you, effectively buying it at, yes, I can sell it for $1 million. And then during the listing, they systematically beat you down on the price, saying, well, you know, the market changed 2 days ago from when I listed your property, and now you need half your list price. They should be able to back up all of the information that they're giving you with data and show you the numbers, not just sit there with a pretty brochure that says, I'm super fantastic, my customer said so. They should actually be able to show you how they arrived at the number and why that's going to be your number. And they shouldn't be scared about hurting your feelings, because they should be honest with you, because it's worse to not be honest with you and then have you disappointed or frustrated or angry. So this person, if they can't be honest with you, I'd rather just tell you how it is. If you don't want to work with me and you don't want to know the truth, I'm totally fine with that, and somebody else can do that. But I think the other way of buying the listing and then just expecting you to take cut after price cut because you're already committed to them, I don't think that's the way to go. Now that you've got the right tools, it's time to take action and relist your home with confidence. We would be happy if you reached out to us, and we would love to discuss with you the new pricing and the marketing plan. And then we can start implementing the changes that I discussed with professional photography, curb appeal, and interior home staging. And if you're not in the Gainesville market, that's 100% okay. I have professional real estate friends all over the United States, and I would be happy to put you with somebody who's going to be the absolute right fit for you. My contact information and a link to book a call is in the description below. I'll see you on the next video.